Hey guys, it's Jules from Very Jewel Experience, and today I'm going to be painting a sunrise scene. Let's get on to the video. Once I had everything sketched out, I started to paint a blue at the top because that was going to be the main color of the sky. I was using a reference photo you can't see right now, but I was trying to match the blue as much as I could to the photo. Now that I had figured out the color of blue that I wanted, I started to paint farther down on the page. Once I had finished painting the lighter blue, I added a darker blue as a shadow for where I was going to put the clouds. After that, I mixed yellow and pink together to make the sky look more like a sunrise. Since I wanted to create a huge cloud around the sun, I started out with a white base and added darker blue to create the shadows on the cloud. As I kept painting, I added a white that was tinted yellow to the clouds because not all clouds are perfectly white. In a sunrise, the sun creates big rays of light shining outwards. So, before I painted those on, I added shadows behind it to make it look more realistic. Once I had all of that done, I started painting over it a little bit more to touch up some parts that I messed up on. Now it was time to start the mountains. I started painting down a grayish dark blue as the mountain colors, and then a darker blue on the bottom of it for the shadows that the mountains cast. Next up was painting the sea. I didn't start out doing much for the sea. I just painted a light blue color that was similar to the sky color, and then I moved on to the tree. I started out on the tree by painting the trunk and the branches dark brown. I had started to paint the green leaves on the tree when I realized I had made a mistake. I had forgotten to paint the background before I started painting the tree, so I had to go over with the background colors and then paint on over it again when it was dry. Now it was time to start painting the grass. I just started out with a light green, and then I was going to go in later with some darker green for the shadows. Once I had finished adding in the darker green, I added yellow to show that the light was shining on the hill. Now that the extra paint I had painted on had finished drying, I started to paint down the base of the trunk again and all the branches. After that, I painted the leaves back on again and added different shades of green to make it look like the sun was shining on the tree. The next thing to do on the painting was finish painting the sunrise. I painted some yellow around the sun and added yellow rays shining out on top of the shadows that I created earlier, and then went back in with darker blue to make sure that the clouds looked perfect. Now it was time to paint the sea. So for the reflection of the sun, I painted down some white and some yellow around it on top of the blue because the sea reflects a lot of the sun's light. I started to paint some dark blue lines on the sea for some texture, but I didn't like that and started to paint over it because I realized that the blue base color I painted for the sea was too close to the blue of the sky color. After that, I touched up on the sea and the sky to make it look a little bit better. Since this painting was sort of a view from your window scene, I added a girl sitting reading a book at the bottom of the tree. Once the girl was done being painted, I used a fan brush to create white, yellow, and red flowers on the hill. Since the painting was basically done, I decided to peel off the pieces of paper I put on beforehand. Now that I had taken the paper off, I started to paint white over on the spots I messed up on to make it look more clean. And this is the final product. Honestly, I'm really proud of it. It took about 2 hours to make, and I learned lots of different things while painting this piece. Video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun doing the painting, and like I said earlier, helped me improve on a lot of things, and I learned lots of different stuff and different techniques of painting, and it was honestly super fun. So if you liked that video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.